What's up, YouTube? This is Sam with Team Sam here. So today, guys, welcome to a new segment called How to Beat. So this segment is about decks in the meta right now that are current in the meta, and we're just gonna talk to you guys on how to beat the deck and what cards you can use to beat the deck, and we'll just explain to you guys what the deck does in the meta right now and how the deck works. Just a quick summary on what the deck does. So, and today's first episode of How to Beat is the deck we'll be talking about is Dino Rabbits. Dino Rabbit is an amazing deck this format. Even though they lost a rabbit and a tour guide, they're still really competitive due to the fact that in this format they play Macrocosmos, which completely wrecks the meta right now. Decks like Dragons, Insectors, Mermaids especially, and the fire deck coming out soon, Macrocosmos will completely wreck the decks. So we'll just talk to you guys on how Dino Rabbit works really quickly. So this is how basically Dino Rabbit works. You summon Rescue Rabbit, you ask your opponent for a response, be like, response to Rescue Rabbit's effect. Nothing? Fine, then I'll bring out two Cobblezoles. And then you just lose because Cobblezool is the best monster in the deck, like, you know what I mean? Too good. Cobblezool is too good. Too godly. Card is amazing. And then you overlay for level 4 XYZs such as Legia or Dolka. I recommend you going Legia. Or you can go easy XYZ plays like Maestro, cards like that, Utopia, stuff like that. And for the second thing is that Dino Rabbit, they play massive back row. They play like cards like Double Deepers and Double Bomblesses, Solemn Warnings, Solemn Judgment, cards like that will protect their XYZ monsters like Legia and Dolka from being targeted or destroyed. And they also play Starlight Road, annoying ass card. Like there was summon Legia. They'll summon Legia and set 5 cards face down. Now you basically lose, cause Legia has a negate and they have 5 back row to protect the Legia as well. And the thing about the deck is that they play huge beaters. Listen, if you guys drop vanillas and if you're playing Dino Rabbit, that's still pretty amazing. Considering Insectors, their highest beater is Insector Centipede, 1600 attack. In Dino Rabbit, the highest beater is 1900. That's amazing. Like 1900 beater is like an alias, another alias, and also Cobblezool is 1700, pretty strong as well. Considering you also play triple Forbidden Lands in the deck, which makes the vanillas even bigger, because the lands make your opponent's monsters smaller. So yeah, and you also play triple Drag Guaiba, which gets you Legia and Dolka a little faster. So like what's it called? What's the name? Guaiba is an amazing card in this format in the deck. It's really powerful, and with the triple Forbidden Lands, makes Guaiba so live in the deck. Also, Tour Guide. Tour Guide, they lost one Tour Guide, but Tour Guide is still amazing since they played the Tour Guide, Sagan, Night Assailant in the deck, or Tour Guide, Sagan, and Tour Bus. So that's still pretty good. With the Dino Rabbits, they go quick. If they have a Tour Guide, if they have a Rescue Rabbit in the Banish pile, they summon the Tour Guide and they'll bring out Levier and bring out the other rabbit and banish it in the rabbit to bring out another Legia or Dolka, and that would be pretty annoying. So yeah, guys. So now I'm gonna switch it to Dueling Network and show you guys what cards you guys can use to beat this deck.
Who's that Yu-Gi-Oh card? It's Rescue Rabbit!
Showing you guys and why they're really efficient against non-Insectors, sorry, Dino Rabbits. So, Effect Veiler is really essential due to the loss of Rabbit priority. Since Rabbit priority, Effect Veiler is live to stop Dino Rabbit. Because when priority was here, like Rescue Rabbit would dodge Effect Veiler. So Effect Veiler is amazing in this format, and it's amazing against this deck. It prevents your opponent from going first turn Legia, which is really important for your opponent to go first turn Legia. For them to stop you from doing early plays. So Effect Veiler is amazing. After a second hand trap, Maxi is optional. It's not as great as Effect Veiler, but Maxi is good. It stops your opponent. Like, it can stop your opponent, because some people like to be greedy and like to go off through the Maxi, but Effect Veiler stops your opponent right away. That's the thing about Effect Veiler. It's way better than Maxi. Like, no, it's not way better than Maxi, but in this deck it is. Effect Veiler is more efficient because it stops the Dino Rabbit, Rescue Rabbit from going off. And Maxi is optional for opponent. They can keep continuing and make you draw cards, or they can just stop the play, and then you're pretty safe. And Maxi. For example, if you're going tour guide play with the Levier and the Rabbit, you can Maxi. It's either you get to draw 5 cards, or your opponent will go off with like probably Levier and Legia. So this is not a guarantee to stop your opponent, but Maxi and Veiler are great. Next card, Raikou, Lightsworn Hunter, and Snowman Eater. These cards are good for cards like Legias. Snowman Eater is better than Raikou in this deck, but Raikou is one of the options to pop back row and monster as well, as due to the fact that they play a lot of back row in the deck. Yeah, so Raikou can pop their Legias and back rows, and Snowman Eater just kills the Legias. You set Snowman Eater at Legia, attack into a damn step, destroy the Legia. And the thing about Snowman Eater is that he has 1900 defense, which is pretty big, considering the highest beater in the deck is Sabersaurus, which is 1900. And some people like to put Thunder King in the deck, and Thunder King is still 1900, and it cannot run over the Snowman Eater. That's what's the good thing about Snowman Eater. It's hard to beat. And yeah, off to next is Dust Tornado. This card is self-explanatory due to the fact that they play heavy back row. Dust Tornado might be the other option with your MSCs and heavy, just to get rid of their back rows. So Dust Tornado, I recommend you signing it against them if you won. So next card is Royal Decree. This completely shuts down their deck if they don't have MST. This stops their whole entire massive battle, like traps, like bomb misses, warnings, deep prisons, cards like that. And it also stops Macrocosmos. That's a good thing about Royal Decree. It stops the whole trap lineup for Down Rabbits, which just completely annihilates and destroys them, unless they have MST, as I said before. And MST heavy, this is in your main self-explanatory to get rid of their heavy backbone. Next is Chain Destruction. Let me read this to you guys. This card: when a monster with 2000 or less attack is summoned, target one of them. Destroy all cards with the name in its controller hand and deck. Think about Chain Destruction. For example, they summon Kabuzoos since they have no rabbit. Summon Kabuzoos, you activate Chain Destruction, gets rid of all their Kabuzoos in deck. Amazing. It destroys your whole villa. Same thing with Sabersaurus. Summon Sabersaurus, bang, all gone. Chain Destruction. It destroys them in the hand too. So it's amazing. Also stops like Thunder King, Guaiba as well. Stops the Guaibas. The whole deck is basically 2000 or less attack. That's the thing about Chain Destruction. It stops the whole entire place with Chain Destruction, unless they have Forbidden Lands. But you know, this card is still a good option, Chain Destruction. So I recommend you playing this in your side for sure for the meta. This kills decks like Insectors as well. You know, kills the highest beaters Centipede, and you Chain Destruction Centipede. Okay, yeah. Next is Bomb Strap Hole and Torrential. You guys probably main these in your deck. This stops like the rabbit into the 2 Kabuzoos or 2 Sabersaurus plays. You bomb this with the Kabuzoos, and then both of them will be gone because they're being summoned at the same time. So bomb is good. And Torrential Tribute, amazing card. It just gets rid of all your opponent's your presence. Torrential is amazing. Some people main Torrentials, but if you don't main it, just side it. It's a good side deck card. Next card is a Mischief of the Yokai. This card is amazing against this deck. So let me read you guys the effect if you guys don't know. Each face of monster on the field loses 2 levels until the end phase. You can move this from playing this card from your graveyard to select one face of monster and reduce its level by 1 until the end phase. This can only be activated the same turn this card is sent to your graveyard. So it's basically 2 effects in 1 turn. So Mischief of the Yokai. Your opponent summons Rescue Rabbit. Activate Rescue Rabbits to bring out 2 Kabuzoos. You activate Mischief of the Yokai. This Mischief of the Yokai will reduce Sabersaurus or Kabuzoos by 2 levels, which they cannot XYZ into anything unless they play Gachi Gachi or Daigaso Phoenix, which I doubt that they play. So yeah, and also, yeah, and the second effect is powerful if you can use it in the same turn as the graveyard. Yeah, Mischief of Yokai. So this card is amazing. It stops their whole Legia play. At the end phase, those Sabersaurus or Kabuzoos will be gone. Yeah, because of Rescue Rabbit's effect. Next is Soul Taker. 1-for-1 removal. Self-explanatory. Kills your clothes as well. Kills your cards like Thunder Kings, Guaibas, things like that. Yep. Next is Prohibition. Prohibition is just a self-explanatory card. You can just call anything you fear in the deck. For example, if you're going trying to go for game, you're scared of like Mirror Force, you can just call Mirror Force, stuff like that. Or you can call stuff like Rescue Rabbit. I Prohibition's Rescue Rabbit. They can't summon the rabbit at all. Or your Prohibition leg. Yeah, that's a nice one. Next is Goes in Match. Alright, so you activate Goes in Match when they summon Rescue Rabbit. Okay, so summon Rescue Rabbit, they activate effect to they have to bring out Earth now because Rescue Rabbit is present on the field. Rescue Rabbit will bring out 2 Saber Swords, which isn't Earth. They cannot go Legia or double since it's fire. The only thing they can possibly go into is Gem Knight Pro. If they play Gem Knight Pro, or if those Saber Swords will be useless until the end phase. No, those Saber Swords will only be good until the end phase because they'll just die because of Rescue Rabbit's effect. So Goes in Match is a functional card. It's not as great as all the others, but it's an okay card. So these are some of the side deck cards that you guys might want to try out. What I recommend you guys siding is Snowman Eaters for sure, Effect Veilers, Royal Decree for sure, Mission with Yokai, I tried it out, and 100% sure Chain Destruction because it's next to metal right now. So I thank you guys for watching this video. I hope this was helpful, guys. And sorry for sometimes stuttering, guys. Sometimes I stutter. Yeah, it's part of my life. I stutter sometimes. Alright, so thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll really appreciate it if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, and it'll be awesome if you guys subscribe to my channel, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for my New Year's what's it called, gigantic expansion opening. It's a pretty big opening of packs and stuff. So thank you guys for watching this video. Yeah, guys, subscribe to more videos, guys, and Team Sam signing out.